Here we go. It's part 10, and I need you to observe from this diagram right here, where we left off in the previous episode, that we have a muscle. The regular fibers here are referred to as extrafusal muscle fibers. Then we have some intrafusal muscle fibers that are hooked up with some receptors here. Okay, so this is the muscle spindle. The intention of the muscle spindle is to increase tone for this muscle so that it contracts a little bit with the assistance of the muscle spindle. When do you need that? You need that when there is a stretch on the muscle. You've reached out and you've been tossed an object that's heavy, and suddenly you're carrying something that you need to increase the tone quickly and reflexively, and you do. Here is something called the Golgi tendon organ, and its purpose in that same muscle is to relax the muscle or decrease the tone. There are times when you want tone to increase and times when you want it to decrease. And this reflex here will give you an idea of when those times are. Okay, so here we just have the schematic, and here we have the actual knee reflex that's common to some people's minds. Okay, so if we have a quick stretch here of this primary muscle that we're looking at, and we stretch the spindle aspect here, this little receptor in here, then you're going to get a signal, an action potential that comes up. And this is a sensory experience, so it's coming in the dorsal root, and it's coming over to two branches here. We're going to go back to the same muscle here, and this is going to be positive. Okay, so you can see there's a positive sign right there. So we're going to increase tone. Okay, increased tone means increase epinephrine. There's going to be recruitment of some muscle units there, motor units. The muscle will contract reflexively. Notice that this very same stimulus is providing a negative right here, a hyperpolarization, which means less tone is going to be coming to this muscle here. So the muscle here of interest is the antagonist muscle. So here we have you could call it the protagonist perhaps, the muscle whose muscle spindle is being stretched, and here is the antagonist. Here we come down and we're going to see it here in quadriceps is, in this case, the one whose muscle spindle we're stretching over here when we tap the tendon here. So we're giving a sudden, how shall I say, pull to the muscle, and it's felt by the muscle spindle. And so here again we have a stimulus coming in through here, a sensory stimulus. The sensory stimulus is going to come around, and we're going to see it go to two different spots within the anterior horn where we have motor neurons. Here's the motor neuron for the same muscle that's being stretched, and we're getting a increase in tone. Here we have the motor neuron for the antagonist muscle, and we're getting a decrease because it's been hyperpolarized. There's a reduction in action potential here. There is a reduction in acetylcholine delivery, so there's less tone now. So this muscle is decreasing in terms of sympathetic tone. This is increasing in terms of tone, epinephrine or acetylcholine. Epinephrine means that we have a metabolic rate in concordance with thyroxine, and we have a certain level of tension going on here, even at rest. Okay, so we're going to increase that tension here, increase the tone, and then we're going to decrease the tone And that combination of changes is going to cause this muscle to contract and this muscle to stretch out by relaxing, and the foot will come up. Okay, it's an automatic process, not a one in which it is, how shall I say, it is not one in which it is voluntarily created. Okay, so here they've done this again for us, and here again we can I'm going to go on from here.